Since 1947, the World Affairs Council has become the preeminent global stage for world leaders and the public to inform, engage, and debate the most important issues of our time. It's your world. Get to know it.
It's been a project that started in 2006. At the time, Serge Michel, the journalist I usually work with, was living in Dakar, in the capital of Senegal. And we had worked together in Africa at different periods. And what became clear to us was that Africa in the press was always addressed with the same topics. Africa was always seen a land of wars, starvation, diseases, and the Africa we were seeing was actually pretty different. There were a lot of more issues going on, more subjects, and was also a more rich continent. This particular photograph here is of a Mr. called Jacob Wood, no relationship with me. And Jacob Wood is one of the most powerful and important businessmen in Nigeria. But before we did this book, if you put his name in Google, he did not appear. Nobody knew who he was. He did not, the West was not aware of his existence. He was born in Shanghai, in China, and moved to Nigeria in the 70s. And he now owns 16 different companies that have interests in a very, very wide, all different kinds of businesses. Here we are inside the production of the Federate Steel, a steel plant owned by a Chinese businessman. The Chinese expats, they're often very qualified and are charged with forming the Nigerians as well, keeping up the intense work with him. So you see here, he is probably an engineer, or not probably, he is an engineer, but he is working on the ground. This is something that European or Western generally engineers will not be ready to do anymore for $200 salary a month in Africa. And so this is one of the reasons that Chinese are becoming so important and are taking over companies in a place like Nigeria. This is another aspect of the Chinese in Africa, which is obviously there's going to start being mixture between the sexes. This is a night watch outside of a headquarters of a Chinese construction company. And we had just interviewed the head of the construction company, and he had told us about the fact that both sides, the Angolese side and the Chinese side, did not want mixing between the two, because it only would have created problems. They were remembering all the problems they had with the Portuguese, the colonial power in Angola. And he told us that if a Chinese man was found involved in relationship with an African woman, he would have been sent home immediately. And in any case, this was completely forbidden. And then we go out, and we see this night watch with this lady.